I don't understand why a lot of people get this question wrong. This is question number 2 of your CELPIP speaking test. So we're going to work on this and we're going to give a detailed overview of what you need to do for a good speaking score. There's a complete breakdown later that I'm very excited to show you. It's going to give you a lot of information of everything you need to do for your exam. But first, let's talk about question 2 because people get really confused here. Let's read it. Talk about your favorite vacation spot. You can talk about a place you visited, plan to visit, or have heard about. Explain what is so special about this place. Now, if I just tell you, read the first sentence and don't read anything else, is that going to be wrong? No, that is perfect. If you just do that, you don't really need to look at all these things, and that is going to save you valuable preparation time. So don't worry about any of the rest of the statements. Just look at the first sentence every time in question number 2. Also, the last sentence is sometimes important, but it usually just asks you, what is it? Why is it important? What are your feelings associated with it? Okay, so if you just follow our templates, you will automatically answer that. I'm not going to cover the template in this video. For speaking templates in 2024, check out the links in the description. You will see some videos for that. But again, just read the first sentence, save yourself preparation time, and you can actually think after the time you have left after reading the first sentence. It's just a vacation spot I'm going to talk about. Now here is an answer. This answer is going to score 12. Why? Well, read it. Pause the video, read it. Then I'm going to explain why it's going to give you that mark. So pause it, please, read the answer. Now again, reading is one thing and saying this is completely different because you would also need to use expressions and pauses. Don't say ums, make it natural, and those would be the important marks you would look at when you're talking. But let's talk about the vocabulary, the structure, the tone, and all those great things right here. Now this is the answer for one speaking sample. There are 30 in this file, and there's also 30 writing questions and 5 mock tests. This whole thing is a package called the CELPIP Upgrade Package. You can check out the link for this in the description. You can access it on our website. And right now there's a discounted coupon code. You will see it'll pop up on your screen as soon as you visit. So it's very reasonable right now. Plus, you get free feedback once you enroll. So check it out in the description. Now, the first thing I'm going to say here when you start the answer is there are many places I have been privileged to travel to. It's fancy vocab. So we are on purpose inserting these words. Okay, you could have said, I want to travel to, or I have been to, but are you going to score any marks? No. So privileged to travel to. This is a 10 times better start than saying, today I would like to talk to you about. Okay, you have to be unique and different in CELPIP speaking. Among them, good connector. It's a good flow. I should have probably mentioned that here. So this is a good connector. Grease stands out. Now, this stands out is an idiomatic expression, and you have marks for idiomatic expression. So that's good. And then I said, in particular, Santorini. So instead of saying a simple sentence like my favorite place was Santorini in Greece, we are adding layers to it. We are separating, I'll just show you here. We're separating our ideas with commas. In speaking, the comma means a pause. So we're separating it saying, in particular, Santorini. So we are organizing information in different places and showing the examiner how we can structure our conversation. So whenever you have 2 or more things to say, use these words in particular. Now, let's go to the next part. After our intro, we're going to start to express, not just say, I saw the beach, I saw the trees. No, we're going to express. Just the name of that place makes me reminisce, which is fancy vocab for remember. The beautiful use of adjectives is important, okay? It shows you your range of vocabulary. Beautiful beaches. Now define it, okay? Define the scene. Full of white sand, the peaceful adjective. Sound of seagulls, and the clearest superlatives, est, most, greatest, nicest. Those are good things to throw in as a mix when you're defining adjectives. Water imaginable, adjective again. Okay, now you can see it's 3 points I have mentioned here, and you don't want to do a list of 8 to 9 points, just 2 to 3 points max, because you have to move on to other sentences, because you have to define a range of things, not just be stuck at one thing. Moreover, connector, the outlandishly. That's an adverb, which is also going to add to the range of vocab. It's an advanced word as well, not a simple word, not a day-to-day word, and that's what we're trying to do. Low prices for a tourist spot, like that word too good to be true. It's a great idiomatic expression. Once again, idiomatic expressions will give you more points, not idioms. There is a difference. I was equally stunned. You can see every time our sentences have a different, a unique expression. Now this is equally adverb and adjective, just, pleasing the examiner every time with the combination of these words. It's adding to my marks for the range of vocabulary. To see full meals priced at just €5. Notice every time I'm not trying to do the words that we would usually say. I'm not going to say the burrito was $5. I'm saying it's priced at just €5. Again, trying to make it unique. On top of no tipping requirements. Now this is an addition. You guys got to learn how to do additions in speaking with something like on top of, along with, as well as. These are great words to add new points, and they also make your sentence complex because you're adding multiple clauses within the same sentence. It's also real. I visited Santorini, and this is exactly what I experienced. So having real experiences makes it sound more, well, it makes it easy for you to speak, okay? So just make sure it's real. Not only did the food price, again, this is a good connector, by the way, astonish, that's a good adjective, astonish me. The fairly priced, now here you got an adverb plus an adjective, again, just after an adverb adjective here. So great use of arrange. Shopping spree, instead of just saying shopping, I went on, left me having absolutely zero buyer's remorse. Now, buyer's remorse, again, good expression, unique, okay? And it's better than saying I had no guilt. Guilt is still okay, it's good, but remorse, more unique. If you can find more unique replacements, use them, okay? Now, when you write or when you speak usually in day-to-day conversation, we mostly would not say absolutely, clearly, surely. Sometimes we'll just say our sentence without those things. But in CELPIP speaking and writing, use them. Use the lees, use the adverbs. They will just give you more points. Okay? Conclusion, do not say to conclude. Do not make it sound like you're actually giving an exam. You have to make it natural. Something like all in all, it's natural, plus it is unique. It's not a simple thing that everybody else is going to say. It was a trip completely worth the hype. Again, it's a good idiomatic expression. It's unique and advanced too. It's not a simple idiomatic expression that people would use. It's different, and that's what we're aiming for. That's it. That's the conclusion. This is something that takes 3 seconds to say. And when you're looking at the timer, when you expect you're almost done with the time, it's perfect to place in. Not a long conclusion, ensuring you finish on time. In fact, we had a student today who emailed and said he got a 7 in speaking. He was very confused, asked for a reevaluation. I asked him, did you make a major mistake? He said, well, no, everything was perfect. Just in the first 4 questions of speaking, I missed the time. So that's obvious. If you miss the time in the first 4 speaking questions, you're never going to get a 9. So finishing on time is also very important, okay? Now, note that you only have to keep 2 to 3 good quality points in part 2 speaking, not more, maybe maximum 4. You just have a minute, okay? So not more. Just make them well defined instead of having several less defined points crammed together. Quality over quantity. Remember that. Okay, so you can again pause the video, look at this breakdown, and if you are done, and that's it for this video. You can again check out more samples like this in the description. There's a course link there and more educational videos in the description as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.